Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraq dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck. Now let's proceed with the latest Iraq dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. Something big is brewing in Iraq, and the latest headlines might just be the clearest signs yet that we're entering the endgame phase of the revaluation story. Now, I'm not going to spill all the details here, but let's just say this. When a central bank quietly doubles its gold reserves, publicly admits it's preparing to remove the zeros, and global analysts start drawing comparisons to the exact same pattern Kuwait followed before its currency reset, yeah, that's when you sit up and pay attention. Even the tone of Iraq's leadership feels different now, confident, intentional, almost like they're preparing the world for something big. So don't blink, because by the time the dust settles, these next few weeks could define how history remembers Iraq's economic comeback. Stick with me. I'll walk you through what's happening, why these moves matter, and then I'll give you my personal take on where we really stand in this RVRI timeline. But first, make sure you're subscribed, because if these pieces fall the way they're lining up, you'll want to say you saw it coming. All right, let's dive into the updates. From Intel Newshound Guru Frank26 article, Central Bank, gold reserves reach 170 tons. The gold reserves are not at 170 tons. The last time they told us it was 100 tons. Today, it's 170 tons. From Newshound Guru Claire, article, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, first on CNBC Arabia, the bank's gold reserves increased from 90 tons to 170 tons over the past 2 years. There is an intention to remove zeros from the Iraqi dinar, but the timing has not yet been determined. From Newshound Intel Guru FNU LNU, if Iraq doesn't get off the pot and start moving a little faster, they will be looking at riots again soon. Iraq has overpromised and underdelivered, and those folks have no patience or tolerance for being misled. From Newshound Intel Guru Walking Stick, citizens of Iraq, you're never going to exchange your currency. You're going to turn in your 3 zero notes, and they're going to replace them with lower notes. You're not going to exchange any 3 zero notes. I will. You are going to be given what's called purchasing power. When a change in your exchange rate occurs, you will go to your banks, and you will turn in your 3 zero notes, and they will give you purchasing power. They can't do that right now. The budget is not open. From Intel Guru Frank26, article, quote, Central Bank of Iraq confirmed there is no intentions to float the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. You're saying it for one of 2 reasons. Number 1, you want the speculators to hear you say, we're not going to float, and then you'll float. Number 2, you're not going to float, and that this is an RI, and you're going to come out at $3, maybe even more, to make up the difference of the last 20 years. From Newshound Guru Jeff, article, quote, Iraq has increased its gold holdings from 90 to 170 tons of gold. Yeah, they're absolutely Basel III compliant. They're backing the value of their currency with reserves getting ready to revalue. And the article clearly states they are ready to delete the zeros, meaning phase out the large currency notes in the very close proximity or future. They have stated in older articles that old notes with 3 zeros and small replacement notes without the 3 zeros will coexist at the same value. From Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK. Question: we are suddenly getting a lot of news out of Iraq. I wonder, did Kuwait put out news like this before they revalued? Yes, they did. They would put out a lot of news like we are seeing today, then a day or two of quiet or negative news. This is very much a similar yo-yo. They will talk about implementing it for a while, then when it goes, they will do it suddenly overnight. Bam! They are prepared. From Newshound Guru Pimpy. Nobody should be surprised by this article. Central Bank gold reserves reached 170 tons and the intention to remove the zeros from the dinar. Notice it doesn't say remove the zeros from the exchange rate. It says remove the zeros from the dinar. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq raises gold position from 90 tons to 170. That's an insane increase in gold holdings from 90 to 170. You've almost doubled the amount of gold. Here's where everybody's going to get bummed. Quote, he stressed there is no intention to float the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar at the moment. In order for them to be on the Forex, we all know the currency's exchange rate must float. They're saying here at the moment they have no intentions of floating the exchange rate. From Guru Another, from the Mideast, article says they agree to remove 3 zeros from the currencies. I stick to my word. After the election, everything will happen. The election will start on the 26th, and the last day of it is on the 11th of November. The good news is for sure, they're going to remove their 3 zeros. They said it now. I know it's going to happen before the end of the year. From Newshound Guru Claire, article, Central Bank gold reserves reach 170 tons, with intention to remove zeros from dinar. Quote, the deputy governor of the central bank confirmed that there is no intention to float the Iraqi dinar exchange rate so as not to affect the stability of the economy at the present time. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is speculators. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Intel Guru Frank26, the HCL will require a new exchange rate by your constitution. If that was not true, you would have the HCL at 1310 years ago. Things are moving in the right direction, even though it's the pace of lava flowing from an active volcano. Realize that it may seem slow to you, but it is super hot and very active. You can't even get close to it because they're guarding the exchange rate. From Newshound/Intel Guru Mountain Goat, article, Central Bank, gold reserves reach 170 tons, with intention to remove zeros from dinar. Another informative article in their intent in the future to do the project to delete the zeros, or are they serious about it now? I will tell you that from everything I know, they are serious now. I was getting a bit worried that they might not do the reinstatement next January 2026. This article confirms that I was wrong. We should see some very interesting news ahead. Just in case, get that champagne in the fridge. And finally, the last update is from Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK. Article, it enhances the value of the dinar. Iraq achieves the highest percentage of gold reserves for the first time in its history. There are many articles out on gold. Article, Iraqi gold reserves reach record level and strengthens the dinar. They are showing right now that at least 25% of their currency is backed by gold. Before we dive into my final analysis, quick reminder, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do it right now, because these latest moves from Iraq are major, and I'll be doing a full breakdown soon on how the deletion of zeros could actually play out if Iraq follows the historical playbook. You don't want to miss that one. All right, let's talk about what's really going on. In my opinion, these latest updates out of Iraq are not just talk. They're signaling a massive shift in motion. When the deputy governor of the central bank goes on CNBC Arabia and publicly confirms that Iraq's gold reserves have increased from 90 tons to 170 tons, that's not a PR stunt. That's monetary positioning. Doubling your gold holdings in just 2 years isn't normal behavior for a country that's comfortable with its current rate. That's the kind of move you make when you're quietly preparing to defend a stronger currency. Gold is real money, and it's what central banks use to anchor confidence in their currency before a major monetary adjustment. This tells me Iraq is building the muscle it needs before it flexes. Now, let's talk about that confirmation to remove the zeros from the dinar. This one's huge. This isn't coming from forums or speculation, it's direct from the CBI. The phrase intention to remove the zeros has officially entered their public communication. That means the project to delete the zeros is active and being prepped. Not theory, not rumor, policy. And here's where a lot of people, including Pimpy, are misunderstanding what this really means. Pimpy's take suggests that removing zeros equals a straight redenomination that Iraq will simply issue smaller notes, and everyone's purchasing power stays the same. But that completely ignores Iraq's economic trajectory and the global frameworks they're working under. See, Iraq isn't following a Turkey-style currency reform where they just drop zeros to make accounting easier. They're following the IMF's two-phase model, the same one countries like Kuwait and South Korea use successfully. Here's how it works. Phase 1 is redenomination. That's the logistical side. They introduce new, lower denomination notes, modernize systems, and recalibrate the currency structure. Phase 2 is revaluation. That's when they apply the real value adjustment, restoring purchasing power and aligning with their true economic strength. And all the signals show Iraq is right between those two stages right now. Even the CBI's careful language saying they have no intention to float the exchange rate at this time doesn't mean they're not going to revalue. It just means they're not going to let the market dictate it yet. And that's smart. Kuwait didn't float when it reinstated its rate. Neither did Saudi Arabia or Jordan. They used managed pegs. Stable, controlled, predictable. Iraq can do the same. And that's likely what's coming. So while Pimpy's not entirely wrong that removing zeros starts as redenomination, what he misses is the second half of the story, the revaluation phase that comes once stability, reserves, and confidence are in place. Iraq's gold buildup, its low inflation, its strong reserves, all of these are preconditions for that exact move. And here's what I find most intriguing. Timing. Iraq's elections are just weeks away. And if Soudani wants to leave a legacy that cements him in history, this is his moment. He's meeting world leaders, boosting gold reserves, finalizing banking reforms, and now openly confirming monetary restructuring. You don't do all that unless you're setting the stage for something big, and in my opinion, that something is the RVRI. So yeah, I believe we're watching the final puzzle pieces come together. Policy readiness, monetary strength, and political timing. The deletion of zeros is no longer a rumor. It's preparation for Iraq's return to full value on the global stage. And again, make sure you're subscribed because I'm dropping a full video next where I'll break down exactly how the deletion of zeros will play out step by step if Iraq follows the IMF's playbook from redenomination to revaluation. You'll want to see that breakdown because it'll make this whole picture click. And that, my friends, is my final take. Moreover, we posted a breaking news yesterday. Iraq just made a major move that directly ties into the central bank's long-awaited project to delete the zeros, signaling a major step toward monetary reform. Deputy Governor Amar Khalaf confirmed new details that could mark the start of Iraq's transition into a stronger, more stable currency system. While this might sound like just another financial update, it's actually one of the clearest indications yet that Iraq is preparing for the next stage of the RV or RI process. In this video, I explained what this statement means, how it connects to Iraq's exchange rate strategy, and why this moment could represent the beginning of the end for the 1300 program rate. Most people will overlook it, but once you understand what's behind this announcement, you'll realize how close Iraq may be to pulling the trigger. Please go ahead and check it out. by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye.